Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, a Florida federal district court judge issued a brutal ruling against Donald Trump's attorneys, and he ordered them to pay $50,000 in sanctions for their frivolous RICO lawsuit against Hillary Clinton and others. So, this judge also ordered that they pay all of the attorney's fees and costs, which surprisingly totaled only just over $16,000. Although only one of the defendants is requesting these sanctions and costs. It's a man named Charles Dolan. And the judge's ruling is pretty revealing about the skill level of Trump's attorneys, which included vile Alina Habba. At one point in this judge's ruling, he states, quote, "This was a shotgun lawsuit. 31 individuals and organizations were summoned to court, forced to hire lawyers to defend against frivolous claims. The only common thread against them was Mr. Trump's animus." Evidently, in complaints and amendments to those complaints, Trump's attorneys identified this Charles Dolan guy as first a former chairman of the DNC. He was not. A senior official in the Clinton campaign. He was not. And a close associate and advisor to Hillary Clinton. He was not. And then they credited him with the creation of the infamous Steele dossier. They tried to say that this Dolan guy was the one who came up with that whole Russian prostitute part, the whole P-tape story. And Trump's attorneys also said that Dolan was a New York resident. None of this, none of what they alleged about Dolan was true. Not even the state in which he lived. In fact, Dolan was a volunteer. This guy was just a volunteer who knocked on doors for the Clinton campaign, and he lives in Virginia. So Dolan notified Trump's attorneys in advance. He said to them and had his attorney send them letters saying, "You've got all of these facts wrong. Please stop. You need to stop. This is an illegitimate lawsuit. This is frivolous. I have nothing to do with this." They didn't listen. They persisted. They refused to drop him from the lawsuit. And in the judge's ruling, he noted that Trump's team, quote, "cherry-picked portions which supported his narrative while ignoring those that undermine or contradicted it." That doesn't sound like Trump at all. The judge also mentioned that when he called out Trump's team about getting Dolan's state of residence wrong, I mean, a basic fact, right? Trump's attorneys brushed it off and they basically said, "Oh, yeah, well, there's a lot of people with the name Charles Dolan. We probably just mixed him up with someone else." Then, in another portion of the judge's ruling, he states that Trump's attorneys provided information that was either a, quote, "disregard of the truth or falsity of their claims." And he also said that they, quote, "continued to advance plaintiffs' false claims based upon nothing but conjecture, speculation, and guesswork." And, quote, "plaintiff deliberately misrepresented public documents by selectively using some portions while omitting other information, including findings and conclusions that contradicted his narrative." This occurred with the Danchenko indictment, the Department of Justice Inspector General's report for Operation Hurricane, and the Mueller report. It was too frequent to be accidental. Sounds an awful lot like what Giuliani and Sidney Powell and all these others did with their false election fraud claims. So the judge went on to say, quote, "plaintiff's RICO claim failed at every step of analysis." And, quote, "the foregoing is not an exhaustive list of the problems with plaintiff's legal theories, but they amply demonstrate how unreasonable and meritless the claims were as they pertain to Mr. Dolan. None of the claims against him, or any other defendant for that matter, had any chance of success." But this is my favorite part here because it succinctly identifies why Trump does everything he does. The judge wrote, quote, "these were political grievances masquerading as legal claims. This cannot be attributed to incompetent lawyering. It was a deliberate use of the judicial system to pursue a political agenda. But the courts are not intended for performative litigation for purposes of fundraising and political statements. Brutal. Just brutal. I love it. So, oh well, suck it, Trump. So they're likely going to have to pay, but they're fighting it. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know where it goes from here. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please donate if you can. So appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.